What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. And look what the Democrats have done to Brett Kavanaugh for at least one more week. And I won't even just blame the Democrats. I'm also going to slide in Jeff Flake, the traitor, the sellout, the weak, spineless, jelly-backed, none-integrity, none-committed, none-dedication, none-patriotic, false, fake, pseudo-Republican. The guy who allowed a couple wild left-wing activists to punk him into changing his decision about Brett Kavanaugh. And see, this is what makes me mad about this, because I'm going to get into some of the effects that it's having in a second. But when you see the approach from the left, which is always going to be, let me jump in your face, shame you, call you a bunch of names, scare you, use all those tactics, into making you change your decision or accommodate us, they will go for blood every single time, And they did it to him. And if he thinks about running for president, he has another thing coming, because it already shows that this man can't stand on a position and defend it. He allowed these two to come into an elevator, roughhouse him, back him into a corner. You should have saw him. Can we talk about this at some point? No, I don't want to talk to you. You know what your problem is? And he just sat there and took it and changed his mind. So now what does this do? Now all of a sudden we see pictures of Brett Kavanaugh coming out with him coaching his daughter's basketball team. And they're saying things like, he's been nominated to the Supreme Court, but he needs to stay off the basketball court with these girls, as if he's a sex predator, with no evidence. We see them quoting things in the paper like he tried to rape her. No evidence whatsoever. And if you ask me, they bubble wrapped her throughout the whole hearing. Even the lady that they brought in was still very cautious not to come across as too aggressive or ask some tough questions. And so now they got an FBI investigation, which is going to drag it out for another week. And it's going to give the media and the left one more week of either bashing Brett Kavanaugh and his family or coming up with some new additional fake evidence. And it's such an embarrassment to the Republicans if they do not man up and get this thing done. They are done, period. I have spoken to women. They're trying to act like, oh, the women are supporting this. I've spoken to a lot of women that says, this is ridiculous. I don't believe this woman one bit. Women, a lot of women were saying it. Women who've also suffered from this type of situation are going, I'm not buying it. Something don't smell right. And yet the media is out here acting like it's a done deal. Brett is automatically guilty. This thing is sealed. And the appeasement that the Republicans gave them is just unbelievable. As if the Democrats are ever going to change their approach. Look at this fairly. This is the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. The Democrats have a goal and objective. They will accomplish that by any means necessary, including corruption, falsifying evidence, leaking information, whatever. Using Ford as a prop, using Brett Kavanaugh as an scapegoat. Whatever they have to do, they will do it. And so nothing will appeal to their conscience. Simple as that. I don't care if you come out with all the evidence that he didn't do it. It's not going to change their mind. I don't care if Ford herself say, I made it up. Not going to change their mind about the vote. I don't care if you get in their face. You can send a lot of us to any of those Democrats and jump on them just like those left-wing people jumped on Jeff Flake and say, listen to what you're doing in this man's life. Did you not see him on TV crying, breaking down? Did you not see his family, his father, his mother, all of them? Don't you think about the kids? Don't you realize there's no evidence to even prove this? But you're going to destroy this man's life on accusations. You can hit them with all of that. Not one of them would change their mind based on their conscience, based on integrity, based on nothing. Because what they do is say everything is subject to the main goal and objective. I don't care about collateral damage. That is a means to an end. But yet, Republicans are constantly worried about public opinion. Democrats have no shame. They can, I'm telling you right now, you can point out the hypocrisy in them and they will act like you didn't even say it. You can quote them saying things totally contrary to what they're saying right there in the moment, and they will blow right past that and pivot. Think about this, y'all. The left took Brett Kavanaugh's testimony where he had been accused of rape, accused of gang rape, accused of attempted rape, accused of physical violence against a woman, through a whole week, family drugged through the mud, career on the rocks. He gets out there and he drops a award-winning just opening line. People were moved, people crying across America, and yet the Democrats and the liberal media gets out there and say he was unhinged. This man was obviously violent and upset. It just furthermore proves that he has potential to do something like this. He doesn't have the temperament to be on the Supreme Court. I guess they wanted him to be up there calm, cool, and collective after the Democrats and the liberal media have been trying to destroy him and his family. And I don't know about you, but Supreme Court behavior goes out the window when you come at my family. Supreme Court behavior goes out the window when you try to tear down a 30-plus year career that I've been working on. All those etiquettes go out the window. If he wouldn't have showed any type of emotion, anger, they'd be like, you could tell that he probably did it because look how calm he is. Look how cool he is. He doesn't even act like he feels remorse. He doesn't even show. See, that's the problem with the left. They have no moral compass. It is all based on goals and objectives, and anything in between is collateral damage. And the Republicans, they just don't get that. And so for them to think that for some reason this week is a noble thing and gonna make either the left-wing people out there that's already screaming and protesting change their mind, the Democrats change their mind, the liberal media change their mind, they are sorely mistaken. All this is going to do is encourage them to continue doing these type of tactics because they see that it is working. Boy, I tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in some interesting times. And I'm going to tell you right now, I pray that Brett Kavanaugh gets nominated, but I also pray that this debacle from the Democratic Party and the spinelessness of most of the Republicans, I hope that this right here encourages every single decent, practical, level-headed person in America to come out and vote in 2018. And we will never have to deal with this nonsense again if we destroy them. And I'm talking literally annihilate the Democratic Party for the Senate and the House. We want them totally out of Congress. We want them just destroyed. I don't want to see one Democrat in Congress, period. They need to go. They just straight need to go because we see that these are wicked, evil people. I mean, and it's hard to find somebody out there where you say, man, y'all are evil. And see, anybody with any type of discernment, you can look at them and you can see right through what they're doing. It's so transparent. It's like a born-again Christian, before they're born again, they can't see how the devil is in so many things. But then when they're born again, their eyes are open and they see the devil in so many things. And they just see stuff like they've never seen it before. An example would be the Matrix, thinking the world was one way. Then all of a sudden, you take the pill, you come out of it, and you're like, now I see. When I hear the Democrats talk and I hear about their false efforts to, You stand up for justice and righteousness, and this woman was out. I see right through that. And I say, you know what y'all have just done is you just put up a big block, a wall, a shield, a distraction, and you preferenced it by saying this is justice, we're sensitive to people, we want to make sure our women are heard. And the translation of that is we want our way, we want to get back in power, and we are willing to go through this man, his daughters, his wife. We're willing to go through the American people's will. We're willing to go through anything we have to get back in power. We don't hate Brett Kavanaugh. He's just a means to an end. He's just an obstacle on our way. We don't even support Ford, but she's also a means to an end. And if you want an FBI investigation, start with yourselves. Have the FBI come in and find out who paid for that polygraph. Come in and find out why didn't she know that the GOP was willing to come out to California and meet with her. Go in and find out who leaked that information, even though the woman requested it not be leaked. Go in and find out who made the decision not to let that letter be shared with the Republicans so that y'all can handle it way before it got to the point where it was a big spectacle. If you want a real FBI investigation, turn it on yourself. And that's the problem with the Republicans, because the Republicans never aggressively go after the corruption of the Democrats. But let that happen on the other side, even if there's no corruption. The Democrats will make up some corruption and go after the Republicans' throats and have them running scared. Softcore cats. I want some hardcore cats up there in Congress on the Republican side, period. Anyway, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. No jokes today, because I'm serious, right? I'm going back to Rakim right now. I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm done to make sure it's broke. When I'm gone, no one gets on, because I won't let nobody press up or mess up the scene I set. Anyway, find me on Facebook, Twitter. Check me out on Wednesday nights, 7:30. Check out my sponsor, Extreme Tees. Their shirts are amazing. I've been wearing them. They're great. The link is in the bottom. If you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, I have a link in the bottom. Do so as well. And we will see you next time in Kevin's Corner. God bless.